the fears, insecurities, frustrations, and worries of picklepreneurs. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the real life behind the scenes of growing a pickleball business. Hi, my name's Simon Lovell, founder of Picklepreneurs. And here goes, I share normally strategy with you and stuff like that, but I had a really great conversation earlier, and I started off this call, which is with a small group of coaches, and I said, hey guys, to start off the call today, just share with me all of your frustrations, just get stuff off your chest and vent, and then we'll go into your wins, the things that are working, stuff like that. And I thought that the answers and actually the conversations that came up were really important for this video. And I'll give you a few different examples. One of the participants on the call was talking about insecurities around not performing well, and then going into self-judgment around coaching others because they've started their coaching journey. Another of my clients got sick, and now she's struggling to get back into momentum again. And myself personally, right, recently I've been getting impatient. And I'll give you a fine example, right? I've done nearly 100 videos on this channel, right? And it's not where I want it to be based upon those numbers. And so I get frustrated. I've also got a medical condition. And while my health is really improved with the CBD, I also notice my cognitive function not the same as it was. And so then I'm comparing myself to who I was versus where I am now on my journey, among a whole group of other things that I have going on like anyone else. And so I wanted to do this video for you because if you are growing a pickleball business and you're serious about helping and changing lives, and especially if you are into entrepreneurship, you are going to constantly experience, moments of fear, moments of worry, concern. And I want you to know that it's all normal. And the reason why it's normal is that you're pushing yourself. If you were not, if you didn't have goals, if you didn't have aspirations, if you didn't want to create an impact, then you wouldn't be taking action. But it's in the moving forward that we get all of the triggers come up, right? Like the internal rejection, or the, it's not working fast enough. That's a big one for me. And has been over the years, despite the success that I've had, right? But I'm not where I was. I'm really starting from scratch again this year. This channel's now been going since 7 months, and sometimes it is hard, and it's hard because I also coach business and I also coach mindset. The main point I want to make in this video is that I think it's so important, and this is just also based on my healing journey and my personal development journey. It's so critically important to be able to talk about it, to be able to vent, right? To be able to express. And here's why, and this is what I've learned over the years in my spiritual journey, which is if we don't, all of that gets suppressed and it builds up and we can blow up, right? Oftentimes we need clarity. Like in a conversation today, it was like, Simon, do I go left or do I go right? And sometimes we just need a bit of motivation, a bit of someone to say, like, it's okay, like, you'll be fine. You have my support, as an example, right? Or in a group. And I think that, especially in pickleball, there's a lot with clients actually that is happening behind the scenes. Think about the reservations that people have before starting. I know on my personal journey, right? I was, wondering, am I going to be good enough? Are people going to think a certain way about me? And then, of course, certain situations on the court where you leave, and then you're going into this internal self-dialogue of doubt, or, not thinking that you're going to be able to, perform as well as you did, right? So the emotional intelligence, the mindset, the energy, honestly, that comes up day by day in business, it's so absolutely key to talk and to also understand, especially when we put ourselves mentally in a box, thinking that we're the only person going through it. I think that in my years of experience coaching people in personal development, it's that really causes more and more pain, you know, because we feel trapped, we feel isolated, we feel lonely. And when we feel that way, it's hard to get out when we also don't really understand why we're thinking that or experiencing that. Getting stuck also is a big one. When we're not seeing, the rewards for our efforts, right? When you're putting a lot of effort in, but you're not seeing those rewards that we expect. And so we create these expectations in our head, and then we don't meet them, and then we get frustrated. In my time as an entrepreneur, it's been so important for me to get back up quicker. I'll tell you a story. So when I first started growing my business properly, and this was like in the 2013 period, when I would have sales conversations, of which I had many, when I got a no, or I internalized that no, I would be down for weeks because it triggered me so much because of my insecurities. Now, I had to work on myself. I had to do the personal work. I had to look at my own thinking, my triggers. I had to look at my childhood and my upbringing and start to clear that out. And so what started to happen then was, bit by bit, as I started to work on myself and develop myself and be around people where I could fully express myself and be myself, what started to happen, because I started to get it out and start to talk about it more, that period of time between the perceived no, which wasn't a no, oftentimes it's a not right now, right? It would get shorter, and I would find that I would be having conversations and I would get these quote unquote no's, and then I would just be able to get back and go again. So I think it's also important to be aware of how long is that, right? How much does it disable us from taking action? Because ultimately performance is about taking action. Procrastination, a lot of the time, is about external factors that we've got going on. It could be family members where you go to them and you ask for an opinion and they say it's not going to work. Or it could be a relationship challenge, or it could be financial pressure for a lot of people, right? So no matter where you are right now, because I don't know where you are watching this, whether you're, in a great place or whether you are in a place of struggle, just know that the entrepreneurial journey, growing your pickleball business, right? What you've decided to do, it's all normal for you to experience the thoughts and feelings that that plague a lot of people, and they stop a lot of people. And sometimes people quit because of it, because they can't handle it. Now, some good tips on things to do, like resets, right? Pickleball, I got to say it right. I'll just say it out of the bat, but I just sometimes need to remind myself, like when I feel under pressure myself, it's like, bro, just go play, right? The other things which are great are meditation, cold showers. Reason being, it's a big energetic reset. When you get in the shower and then you have that cold water on you, it just kind of resets you. I also have an acupuncture mat from my GBS, which reset my nervous system. Probably the best $25 you will spend is on an acupuncture mat. If you are just in your head, right? So when you're in your head and your mind is like this, right, you've got to relax your nervous system, and you've got to go to your body for that, right? So that's why I'm saying all of these things, like meditation slows down the overactive mind. The acupuncture mat relaxes the nervous system and the muscles. And so if the muscles are tight, then the mind is probably going to be racing. And of course, I mentioned it earlier, but a community, people that you can be around that can support you so that you can get back on track. Because here's what I know to be true for myself. If I didn't have the people around me to support me, I would be down for weeks, months, longer. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story, and I forgot about this story. But when I was really in the deep pain of GBS, Guillain-Barré syndrome, basically the immune system attacking the nerves, what got me back was I basically got a group of myself and two other guys together, and every single day we were talking, right? And if it wasn't for them, I didn't know where I would be right now, because it was about accountability. It was about us continuously showing up. And that's the power of a support group that understands not just the space that you're in, the business that you're in, and the challenges that go along with that, but also can listen and not necessarily need to fix it, because sometimes we don't want that. But coaching is there if you need it, to guide you back, to get you back on track, because our mind does crazy things, right? It self-sabotages us, it pulls us off course, and that's a shame when we have a lot to give and we are able to create a lot of impact. If you are interested in joining that small group, comment VIP below, and I'll send you a link and some details to the community. If you can meet up for the weekly calls, that's beneficial. That right now it's 10 o'clock on Thursdays PST, so that you can show up, be on those Zoom calls, and experience the power of a support group that cares about you, your mission, and the impact that you're going to have in the pickleball space. And I'll see you on another video. If you're not already subscribed, hit that button. I'll see you soon.